Well, here's something that I'm encouraging you to think about the placement of your attention. Think about placing your attention, noticing the observation of your experience. Therefore, you're devaluing all the fluctuations that occur in your experience. Why is this relevant? Because sometimes in meditation, we find ourselves thinking about something. We say, no, I shouldn't be thinking about this. I should be doing something else. And it's very understandable to do that. However, when you pull up your awareness into the understanding that what is important is to unify yourself with the observer, just observation, the objects of observation are not as critical. They lose their value. It is not then the content of consciousness that is at issue, but consciousness itself. Follow me on that one. The placement that I'm suggesting to you is to bring your attention up. I may call it up, to the awareness that you are aware. Period. To the awareness that you are aware, and begin to relax there. And that will help you to reduce judgment also. Therefore, any judgment that comes across your mind is not taken to heart, does not need to be necessarily interrupted. You're not as engaged with the content of your mind. Now, how does that end suffering? I'm going to suggest to you that what you will see is manifestations of your emotional wound. You will see the symbol system through which you live and survive. You will observe it. That observation generates schemas. They will elaborate on the existing schemas from a different perspective. That means that you will look upon your own suffering not through the eyes of suffering, not through efforts to correct suffering, not efforts to fix the suffering, but from a different perspective, elaborating on that, creating, of course, this is an exposure. All exposures generate symbolic equivalents, except perhaps in deep sleep where there are no objects and consciousness does not have the opportunity to do that. But understand that meditative placement does elaborate on existing. It is an experience, results in an experience that elaborates on the existing schemas, and as these schemas are triggered, as your sense of anxiety is triggered from moment to moment, just through the movements of your own fantasies, through your own imagination, you are perceiving them and you're responding to them differently. That different response has its equivalent neurologically. You are rewiring your brain. You are restructuring your schemas. Your consciousness is reorganizing in that process. This is the path of exposure, again, from a perspective outside what you fear. So you're coming from a perspective that is, well, neutral, even-minded. And it's a very pleasant perspective also. Mindfulness is a relaxed condition. It is quite free. Rupert speaks beautifully about it. He actually suggests that it is the abode of happiness itself, suggesting that in deep sleep, for example, we are consciousness, not we are, but consciousness itself continues to be aware of itself as it is aware in the dream state and in our awakened state also. And And in that deep sleep state, it is not happy, but happiness itself. So a very compelling suggestion for us to consider. I do believe it holds a lot of water, and I encourage all of you to consider employing some of these skills. Do read The Transparency of Things by Rupert Spira, and do see him, visit his site. I think he's an excellent Advaita teacher, and again, very grateful that I had the opportunity to read his book, and it has been helpful for my own placement and practice. Well, I'm going to close this lengthy discussion, and I wish you well, and I will be back sometime soon with another video. Thanks so much. Take care.